What if Eren broke something that was never meant to be broken? When he summoned every single past titan in the final battle, he exceeded the limit of 9. Now, trapped alone inside the paths, the overflow of power is mutating into terrifying new titans never seen before, starting with the Gorilla Beast Titan. What if Zeke's Beast Titan was never the final form? What if there was a mutation so powerful that it makes Zeke's version look like a prototype? Here is the Gorilla Beast Titan. Zeke's ape was tall, lean, and built for throwing, but the Gorilla Beast Titan is something completely different. It stands at 20 meters tall, but its body is twice as wide as any Beast Titan we have ever seen. Its arms are so massive that each one weighs more than a full silverback gorilla colony combined. The same silverback gorilla on display at the Smithsonian Natural History Museum in Washington, D.C. can lift 10 times its own body weight. Now scale that strength to a 20-meter titan, but raw strength is not what makes the gorilla terrifying. It is its intelligence. Unlike Zeke's beast, which relied on a human mind to strategize, the gorilla mutation has developed its own independent battle instincts. It doesn't just throw rocks, it studies its enemy, waits for the perfect moment, and then strikes with precision that no mindless titan could ever replicate. Its signature ability is the shockwave clap. When it brings both of its massive hands together with full force, the compressed air creates a devastating sonic blast that can shatter ODM gear, rupture eardrums, and knock soldiers unconscious from over 200 feet away. There is no way to dodge something you cannot see coming. Zeke believed his Beast Titan was the pinnacle of what the ape form could become, but in reality he never even came close to unlocking its true potential. The gorilla is what the Beast Titan was always meant to be. Do you agree? Which hypothetical titan is so dangerous that even the entire Survey Corps could never defeat it? Here is the Tree Titan. Unlike any titan we've seen, the Tree Titan's hardening mimics the structure of living wood, but the terrifying part is not its armor, it's its regeneration. As long as it remains inside a forest connected to the soil, it absorbs nutrients directly from the earth, regenerating faster than any shifter in history. You slice the nape and the wood seals itself shut before you can even pull your blade out. To understand its scale, the tallest trees in America are the giant sequoias in California. Standing over 275 feet tall, the Tree Titan would use these massive environments to its advantage, its root system spreading across several acres underground. In fact, because its real nape is buried so deep, it's the only titan that could comfortably survive the rumbling without a scratch. But here is what makes it truly unstoppable. It can grow massive wooden spikes from the ground beneath your feet without any warning. A titan that gets stronger inside the forest. How would you even stop something like that? What would happen if the Beast Titan traded its throwing power for pure stealth and speed? Here is the Snake Beast Titan. This Beast Titan trades raw throwing strength for something far more dangerous, speed and stealth. Its elongated body stays low to the ground, slithering at incredible speeds through any terrain. It would strike faster than a rattlesnake hunting its prey in the scorching deserts of Death Valley. By the time you see it, it's already too late. No titan in history has ever moved this fast while being this massive. But its length is not even the scariest part. Its jaw can unhinge completely and deliver a highly corrosive bite that could dissolve hardened titan flesh on contact. Even the armored titan's plates could melt away within seconds. One bite to the nape and it's over. There is no armor thick enough to survive it, and its ultimate ability is the most terrifying of all. It can release a high-frequency sonic screech so powerful that it temporarily paralyzes every human within 500 feet. Their muscles lock, their vision blurs, and for 3 critical seconds they cannot move at all. The Crocodile Titan, the most dangerous mutation. It walks on all fours like the Cart Titan, but it doesn't carry supplies. It carries mounted cannons on its back and a crocodile skull fused over its face, armored bone plating across the jaw, teeth designed to lock down and never let go. The same way a crocodile drowns its prey by dragging it underwater and rolling. It lies flat against the ground, completely still, blending into the terrain. Mud, grass, rubble. It looks like a dead carcass until something steps too close, and then it strikes. But here's what makes it worse than any titan before it. It has the Cart Titan's endurance, the same stamina that let the original stay transformed for months without rest, meaning this thing can stay hidden in the same position for weeks, not moving, not breathing, just waiting. Every titan in AOT history attacked, head on. The armored charged, the colossal kicked, the attack threw punches. You could see them coming from miles away. This one doesn't move until you're already standing on top of it. The cart titan was the weakest link for decades. This version is the ambush predator that no scout could ever see coming. Imagine a titan made of the hardest materials on earth. Not hardened flesh, not crystal, actual diamond, iron, and obsidian. The first is the diamond titan. Its entire body is covered in crystallized hardening far denser than any natural diamond ever discovered. The Hope diamond, sitting in the Smithsonian Museum, weighs just 45 carats. Now imagine a 50-foot titan made entirely of that same material. No blade, no thunder spear, no cannon could even leave a mark on its surface. It is the ultimate unbreakable defense. The second is the Iron Titan. Its hardened flesh has fused into pure metallic armor weighing over 800 tons. Every single punch it throws carries enough force to level an entire city block. It doesn't need weapons, it is the weapon. But the most terrifying is the Obsidian Titan. Obsidian is volcanic glass, the same material found deep beneath Yellowstone National Park. Its edges are sharper than any surgical blade ever created by mankind. This Titan doesn't need to hit hard. Every single inch of its body is a razor-sharp cutting edge. One touch and you're finished. The ocean kept titans out for 2,000 years. 3 mutations just broke that rule permanently. Every military strategy in AOT history relied on one thing. Titans don't go in water. Marley built an empire because of it. Their navy was untouchable. Island nations slept peacefully, knowing nothing with titan blood could reach them by sea. That assumption held for 20 centuries straight without a single exception. A hammerhead, 30 meters long, built horizontal like a warship. That flat skull isn't decorative, it rams the bottom of naval vessels from below at full speed. No warning, no sound. A fleet of 12 Marleyan destroyers could cross the ocean and never know it was following them until the first ship splits in half. The second one doesn't chase ships, it doesn't have to. It anchors itself to the ocean floor near a port and waits. Anything that passes overhead gets pulled down silently. Entire trade routes would go dark and nobody on land would understand why supplies stopped arriving. The third one is the reason the other two matter. A coastal predator, amphibious. It walks on land and hunts in shallow water. This is the one that reaches the shore. The other two control the ocean. This one makes sure nowhere near the coastline is safe either. How would a bad titan look like in Attack on Titan? The beast titan takes the form of whatever animal is closest to the shifter's nature. Zeke got an ape, but what if someone inherited the beast titan and it took the form of a bat? Imagine 17 meters tall, but instead of arms, massive wings stretching over 40 meters wide, made of hardened titan flesh strong enough to block a thunder spear. This titan doesn't walk, it flies, and that destroys every defensive strategy humanity ever built. The walls, the cannons, ODM gear, all of it was designed to fight enemies on the ground. Now its special ability, every beast titan has one. Zeke's ape could throw with perfect accuracy, the bat titan can scream, and the sound wave maps every living thing within 5 kilometers. Every soldier hiding behind a wall, every squad in the trees, you cannot hide from it. But at close range, that same scream becomes a weapon, a frequency so intense it shatters stone and ruptures eardrums. And the worst part, this titan hunts at night, silent, no footsteps, just a shadow passing over the moon with no warning. The Survey Corps flies towards it with ODM gear. Every soldier loses balance midair. But for Levi, this would have been nothing. The Ackermann bloodline fought the Dark Titan. Levi is dead, Mikasa is dead, but decades later, a boy was born in the ruins of Paradis. No family, no name, just the same cold gray eyes and the same inhuman reflexes that once made humanity's strongest soldier a legend. He is the last Ackermann. The Dark Titan appeared without warning. 20 meters tall, no skin, its entire body covered in black hardened crystal-like armor, and it doesn't have eyes. It hunts by sensing fear. The more terrified you are, the faster it finds you. But this boy doesn't feel fear, he never has. That's what makes him an Ackermann. The Dark Titan charges the ground, cracks under every step. They are completely alone in the dead forest. No ODM gear, no wires. Just a boy and the sword glowing with a strange energy. Before the massive fist can crush him, the boy vanishes. Moving with pure superhuman speed, he leaps off the trees, bounces off the Titan's arm, and reaches the neck in a fraction of a second. The last Ackermann stands alone in the silence, his white eyes glowing in the dark. Levi would have been proud. What would happen if the boy and his dog inherited the power of the Titans? Here is the new founder and the dog beast Titan. The moment they transform, they don't just get physical power. The paths instantly flood their minds with 2,000 years of traumatic memories. They experience intense, terrifying flashbacks of the final battle that took place right where they stand. The Survey Corps fighting desperately on top of Eren's massive skeletal founding Titan. The pain of the past becomes their power. The boy transforms into a terrifying pale humanoid founding Titan, but the true nightmare is his companion. His dog absorbs the residual energy from the paths and becomes the first true dog beast Titan in history. Unlike Zeke's beast, which was just a human inside an animal body, this is an actual animal with pure killer instinct and Titan strength. They fight as a perfectly synchronized pack. The dog Titan moves with the speed of a greyhound but hits with the massive force of a wrecking ball. If an enemy tries to flank the boy, the dog Titan will instantly rip them apart with its massive jaws. Because they are fast, intelligent, and fiercely loyal to each other, this duo is actually much more dangerous in direct combat than Eren Jaeger ever was. Eren was slow and relied on colossal titans, but this boy and his dog could wipe out entire armies alone in a matter of hours. Do you think this terrifying duo is stronger than Eren? What if Attack on Titan got a new season and the Warhammer Titan evolved based on its ability to manipulate hardened Titan flesh? Here is what its most terrifying new forms would look like. The first evolution focuses on speed. Instead of heavy armor, it generates a thin, aerodynamic layer of hardening. It wields a razor-sharp halberd over 40 feet long. A single swing carries more force than the entire flow of Niagara Falls crashing down at once. No Titan could survive a direct hit. The second form is the opposite, pure devastation. A thick, dense layer of hardened flesh covers its entire body like a walking fortress. It carries a colossal, spiked maul designed to shatter everything in its path. Even the armored Titan would crack like glass. But the most terrifying evolution comes from the Warhammer's ability to be controlled remotely through a cord underground. An evolved user could pull multiple hollow Titan husks from the earth and control them all at once. The host stays hidden while an entire army fights above. Which Warhammer evolution is the most dangerous? What would happen if the original Titan parasite evolved after 2,000 years inside the paths? Here is the evolved hallucigenia concept. In the original series, the hallucigenia was a parasitic organism hidden inside Eren's spine. But what if, after 2,000 years of absorbing Titan energy through the paths, it evolved into something incomprehensibly massive? The evolved hallucigenia would no longer be something you could hold in your hand. It would be a creature stretching over 3 miles long, large enough to stretch across the entire Grand Canyon from rim to rim. Its body would pulse with the combined power of every single Titan shifter that ever lived. The attack, the founding, the colossal, the Warhammer. But here is the most terrifying part. It wouldn't need a human host anymore. It is currently stalking through the giant forests, searching for the boy who entered the tree, because that boy refused to activate the rumbling to help Eren, who is now forever trapped alone in the paths. The parasite wants to finish what Eren started, and it will hunt the boy down to forcefully bond with him and restart the apocalypse. Some fans believe the hallucigenia was just a parasite, but think about it. It survived inside the paths for 2,000 years. It outlived every single Titan shifter. It was there before Ymir. That is not just a parasite. This is where it all began, and maybe where it all ends. What do you think the hallucigenia truly is? Tell me in the comments.